Hello, welcome back here. Well, looking forward to this next game here on this court. It's the men's doubles now. Arkansas Matrix drawing first blood against Las Vegas Smash, winning the women's doubles in straight sets 6-4, 6-4. Yaguno and Martinez defeating Marta Ortega and De La Peña. It's now the turn of Íñigo Joffre, Gonzalo Rubio, Mourinho and Vázquez. Now these players looking for a victory. It's been hard in this tournament. This team have been good. In fact, looking at both teams, they've put in some very good performances, but they've come up against some very, very tough opponents. So here a chance to maybe go home with a win in your bag. Will be their first here at this wonderful event in Brooklyn. Now there'll be about a 4 or 5 minute warm-up, and then you'll hear time, tiempo from the umpire, and this game will get underway.
Indeed it will. Íñigo Joffre played yesterday and impressed. Comes to New York after reaching the quarterfinals in Kuwait. And here Gonzalo Rubio to make a nice, well-balanced pairing for Federico Mourinho, ranked 54th in the world. And Hugo Vázquez, Juan Manuel Vázquez to give him his full name. Another one, a bit like Gus Serlingo, one of the pioneers in World Padel tournaments, 18 years playing in the elite. Played really well yesterday, Vázquez. Remember, if you've just joined us, this is our last day of the group stage of the Pro Padel League Cities Cup. We already know who our semi-finalists are, but the 3 matches we've had so far today have shown that nobody wants to give an inch, even if they're only playing for pride. And I'm pretty sure that is going to be exactly the same in this pairing. Almost ready to go. There is our venue, slightly filling up a little bit more today. A bit more movement of people, and you can see these stands will fill up even more once the action starts. Remember, we have our semi-finals tomorrow, Friday, starting at 4 p.m. the first semi-final. Second one's scheduled at 7 p.m. Who knows, it might be a bit later. The further you advance in these tournaments, the closer the matches tend to be. And our final will be 7 p.m. on Saturday. East Coast time, that is. Las Vegas winning the toss and choosing to receive serve. Our opinion is normally better to give than to receive, basically because once you get towards the end of the set, if everything's square, you just have a slight advantage at a break. Could leave you serving to win the match. Well, Gonzalo Rubio not wasting any time. With that opening serve from the city of Sevilla in the south of Spain. Thought about that. Played there by Mourinho. Quite a complete player, Rubio. Once again, tall, has plenty of height, able to jump. Got a bit lucky that time, though, as Vázquez puts his backhand into the net. (30-15). Again, Rubio just slides that one across the face of his racket and unleashes one. 40-15. Just remember that Arkansas Matrix took the women's doubles. Patti Laguna and Araceli Martinez beating Marta Ortega and Ana Paula de la Peña. Good block from Joffre in the end, but too much on it. 40-30. Finished decisively. Oh, in fact, went long, sorry. Golden point. Just a little bit long from Inigo Joffre there. Oh, brilliant stuff. Brilliant blocking there, great defending, and there Mourinho, after all that defensive work, puts that into the net. I thought Vázquez had won the point there, but Rubio recovers spectacularly. And they're just maybe slightly off balance. So after a little bit of a scare, Gonzalo Rubio and Inigo Joffre hold the opening game.
Now, Paul, I know I left you in your own for a few minutes. I actually went down courtside. You don't realise how fast it is. We're not too far from the court, but down there, the ball just whizzes past you. So I'm not too sure if on TV you can appreciate the speed. It's like anything, I suppose, like any sport, Formula One. Until you're actually there at a racetrack, you don't... the noise and the speed, but here, it is so quick. It is a really quick court.
No, absolutely. In fact, even where we are sat here behind the court, you know, we look at the screen a lot of the time, but you look at the actual play. Obviously, we're in front. We're about what, 10 meters away, 15 meters away from the court,
and a perfect height as well. Able to bring that one down. Really impressed by both Rubio and Joffre yesterday. I thought they played extremely well. Really unfortunate to not win their match.
Born on the island of Tenerife, Inigo Joffre. Whoa. We do like to see a shot from behind your back, behind the back.
Thought twice about getting forward there.
And that stayed smashed.
Of course, Theo Rubio also took part in the mixed doubles. So, you know, a lot of players have got a lot of sets behind them already at this event, but the standard hasn't dropped. If anything, it's getting better each and every day. It's, of course, the third day of competition. Day 4, semi-finals. Day 5, just the one game, but it's the most important, the final.
Absolutely, 15-40.
Touched the net. Lost the point.
Lost the game.
Checking the rankings of the players. Now, Theo Rubio somehow is ranked as low as 34. I mean, whenever we watch him play, we always think he deserves to be so much higher. He's been unlucky sometimes with tournaments, injuries, double partners. And as for his current partner here, Inigo Joffre, he has shot up the rankings, but he's still only number 41.
I think that might he'll continue to rise, though, because he's now playing with Juan Tello, who's obviously
top 10.
Top 10. They got to the quarterfinals in Kuwait. So a few more results like that will bump him up quite considerably.
Also, of course, a lot depends on who you play with, because sometimes circumstances, one player gets injured, somebody moves on, that domino effect, you end up with somebody probably who you wouldn't have started the season with, that had no chance to play alongside with, it clicks, and suddenly you're playing with a really good player. And that's what's happened with Tello. You know, somehow, tournament came along, these two played together, and it clicked. Only started, you know, playing competitive paddle 3 years ago. Inigo Joffre, so it's incredible what he's achieved in just what, under 3-4 years.
Big strides forward. Look, the lob there. Oh, well played by Mourinho. A lot of power on that one. (30-15). Little bit of a mistake there from Gonzalo Rubio as he puts that backhand volley into the net. 30-all all of a sudden.
I mean, we felt it. He felt it. His teammate felt it as well. Sometimes you get these shots where you seem to get probably too much time to think about it. A clever shot, didn't quite come off, but maybe Rubio could have insisted. Another shot down the line instead of looking for that cross court volley, which was slightly tougher. Now we've got a golden point. Mourinho wants to receive.
A chance to go 3 love up, or a chance to get that break back.
Excellent. Great shot.
Yeah. Well, and if you are impressed by the court, it is the new Adidas High competition model, the paddle court chosen as the exclusive official court for the next 3 years in all PPL tournaments. It is without doubt the most suitable court for high competition, and I think we're seeing that today.
Yeah, definitely. We're hearing all the players praise the venue, the court. Of course, these courts have evolved. They continue developing, you know, slightly different surfaces. I remember the old courts with lots of sand on them, lots of slipping. This is an amazing court, and it's great to hear that agreement has been signed for another 3 years. I'll tell you what, if you're Mourinho and Bathgeth, right now you'd be thinking, we've broken 2 excellent players against Stupendinero, by the way. I was amazed by some of the points. So when it comes to points, they can hold their own. When it comes to that consistency, you need to be a top 50, top 25 in the world. And that's where maybe they're wanting. But here, I do think they can give Rubio and Joffre a run for their money. It's all about hanging on to their service games. And I suppose, you know, Mourinho is very talented, and I know his doubles partner is a bit of a veteran. So for Mourinho, perhaps it's an opportunity to look for, you know, a good doubles partner in the future, moving forward, thinking already ahead to next year.
Well, he's just outside the top 50 at the moment. That was very, very unlucky, by the way. Gets out of the court.
Yeah, Rubio.
Rubio, I'm not sure if that actually hits the side of the court, the bar holding up the net. Anyhow, the important thing is it didn't go back into the court.
Did brilliantly there for stretch, Rubio. Excellent. That just goes to show great demonstration of why just keep, whatever it takes, just keep a rally alive, because you can win it by hitting a good shot or by your opponents making a mistake. Don't give up ever when you play paddle. We've seen it in matches as well, trading 4-1 and taking a set 6-4.
Nice play, nice movement. Good work from Vasquez.
Amazing rally this one here. All 4 players really involved. No, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that straight away. Why cut across? Well, Mourinho, look, there was no need. Look.
Yep, I think he anticipates and thinks, I know what he's going to do, because he telegraphs it a little bit, Rubio. But the thing is, Vasquez also knew what he was going to do.
It's that shot selection, sometimes crossing and not crossing, or crossing at the wrong time. Other aspects that a lot of players need to work on. The higher you got the ranking, then the less mistakes you see. Obvious.
Oh, lovely, lovely little drop shot, but well recovered.
But Rubio, again, you can see, real fighter. Just couldn't get high enough on that occasion, though.
Well played again, Federico Mourinho. Second serve. just goes away from him there. Just little lack of control on that volley, and it's another golden point.
Well, they won the previous golden point. Do win this one to tie it at 2-2.
Can be so absolutely vital in the outcome of matches, golden points.
That was almost identical to the previous error. 3 mistakes in that game by the server Mourinho.
By what, 2 or 3 centimetres, an inch?
But those fine lines. Those fine lines. And now recovering the break. Rubio serving for 4-1.
Yeah, I think that was out from Rubio.
Oh, just in. Just in.
Oh, he gave it.
Yep, just in.
But everyone stopped, don't they? So.
That's why, don't stop. Mourinho, again, just pausing. Just continue the point. If you don't hear anything from the umpire, continue playing.
Whoa. Recovers well. Oh. That was very, very close to that Guga Vázquez.
You could hear the groan from the fan. Oh.
Probably if you're courtside, you can see just how close he was to that 30 love. No, that's a cracking
Remarkable,
return.
what a backhand. On the rise. You don't see too many of those. Nobody really takes a risk from a serve. Receiving a serve, that's a wonderful shot to play.
I think it's the sort of thing you just see it as soon as it leaves the racket. You think, well, it's almost instinctive.
Well, you see maybe the play at the net move into the middle, so there is a gap to aim for, but still, you can see the gap. Another thing is putting the ball there, especially when you're receiving a serve, and Rubio is a good server. Well, there you see, mixes 3 mistakes with a tremendous winner, another schoolboy error, and that's the lack of consistency. I'm sure, you know, he'll line out these little mistakes and continue, you know, up the rankings, break into the top 50, just outside Mourinho. But this kind of game is the perfect example, the last game included, of what, you know, his game. Sometimes amazing, sometimes simple mistakes, just not consistent enough.
Again, aggressive there from Gonzalo Rubio. That makes it 4-1. Federico Mourinho, just the 1 break to the good though, so still hope. It's Guga Vázquez to serve.
Can you get... Touch the net. Ooh. Oh, it's a tough call on Mourinho. We saw one go against Barahona, and after seeing the replay, it was his T-shirt that grazed the net. Let's see it here. Well, we didn't get the best angle there. Give the umpire the benefit of the doubt.
Must have been his floppy T-shirt, that's all I'm saying. But doesn't, from our angle is not the best, let's be honest.
I'm sure the umpire got that call right. He was sat there, you know, right above it, but really tight, tough call to make.
Oh,
and important that they don't dwell on it. Really good shot there.
This is the call from a different angle.
Oh, there you go. You can see, and also the umpire is sat obviously slightly higher, and he would have seen over the post and would have seen how Mourinho touched the net. And then another mistake. Such a good shot there, with a bit of backspin that bounced back into the net on the other side of the court. Those shots near impossible to return.
30-40, that's a strange error, that.
Seeing more mistakes in these last couple of games by Mourinho and Vázquez.
So 2 more break points. Chance to take a pretty solid grip on this first set. Well, nice shot from Joffrey, dipping right down to his feet.
Really well played. 5-1.
And 2 breaks to the good. Inigo Joffrey now to serve for the first set.
Gonzalo Rubio playing really, really well with Inigo Joffrey. Now, of course, Mario del Castillo started playing for Arkansas Matrix. He played the first doubles game, number 76 in the world ranking.
Played pretty well, Del Castillo as well.
It wasn't because he played badly. He didn't continue playing. It's just that Inigo Joffrey was also on the active roster, rested for day 1, has played day 2, and now playing day 3, leading 5-1. Also serving 30 love up.
Lovely lob.
Oh, he cleared the back fence, the 4-meter fence, with the backhand smash. Rubio.
I think that might have, did that? I'm going to have a look again. I'm not sure if
Bounced
that
on the top.
bounced on the top,
Yeah,
didn't it?
It bounced on the top.
Yeah.
And he avoided hitting the net as well with the racket. There's so many things you've got to think about. I can't touch the net with my body, finish the shot, win the point outright, and then with the racket, don't hit the net afterwards. Oh, amazing recovery. And that, well
done.
Yeah, because obviously Joffrey had to do what he had to do, which is move across the centre. Why? Because his doubles partner was right bang up in the glass, so leaving a gap. Sometimes you see players, instead of hitting it there, hit it down the middle again. You've got players pulled left, right and centre.
Still 3 set points for Gonzalo Rubio and Inigo Joffrey. Lovely disguised change of angle there from Gonzalo Rubio. First set, 6-1.
Vázquez and Mourinho. I mean, again, you look at that, you thought, wow, so many contested points, so many long rallies, so many good shots hit by Mourinho, Vázquez. Then you turn your head and see 6-1, half an hour.
Yeah, it just got away from in the last 2 or 3 games, didn't it?
And also, they're not winning the big points. You know, the points that count, every point counts, of course. But sometimes they're 40 love down, they win a point, win 2 points. But when it's 30-30 or a golden point, you can see there the experience, sometimes luck also, but the experience of the higher ranked players tells.
Anyhow, 30 love. Good start from Mourinho in his service game, first game of this second set. Good drive from Guga Vázquez, right at Joffrey. 40 love.
Atrás. And it's the court, they both come forward. Oi.
Oi.
Did one of those, didn't he? Last night, Vázquez.
That's my favourite point of the whole whole tournament up to now.
It's my favourite point of the whole season up until now. Whole season. In fact, since I've started watching Padel.
Ah, well played. 40-30, and all of a sudden a couple of doubts might just be creeping in.
Oh, yes! Another one of these great points.
Still alive.
Unbelievable, big smash. It's good.
What a point. Well, we talk about fantasy points, and that is, well, it's both for fantasy and it's fantastic.
Rubio.
Just
incredible.
But he
did. He got a little touch, the finest of touches, and then the big smash to win the point outright. Well, they've been involved in the 2 best points of the tournament, Vázquez and Mourinho.
And all of a sudden, it's a golden point. Whoops. And after that wonderful play, Rubio makes a little bit of a hash of that one. Yep. So the first game goes to the Las Vegas smash.
And also, we're 1 ball down. I mean, oh, it's come back again. Great. Good to see. I think Joffrey a bit frustrated, just knocked it up into the air and out of this small arena. You can see here you've got your court behind some seats, also seats on the sides. We're sat at this end. Brilliant, thank you. We're sat at the far end, you know, of the court. You've got a great view of the venue here, and the lighting is excellent. The acoustics superb. The views out the back, both sides, stunning. We're very fortunate, I have to say, Paul, to be here.
We are indeed. I'm very happy to be here in Brooklyn, New York. Inigo Joffrey to serve. And 15 love.
Boom, again.
That's very
Rubio.
That's very much a very typical Gonzalo Rubio play, isn't it?
When they say golpe seco in Spanish, it's just, you can't really call it a dry shot, but it's that shot where it's just, you just smack it and stop. It's very, you can't really translate that, can you? Golpe seco. Well, give it a think, Paul.
I'm trying to.
We'll come back to it later.
Just long, 15-all.
After a coffee, I'm sure it'll come to us.
Well, good call there, wasn't it, from, I think it was it Joffrey or Rubio who gave the call, but...
What you're seeing, the 2 players communicate throughout the point, and if you keep a close eye on Rubio, you can see that he is a qualified coach. He spends more time with his double partners, also in the mixed doubles. We saw yesterday than any other player. He's constantly there passing on wisdom, instruction. Wonder who coaches Rubio.
Maybe he just stands in front of the mirror. Thing is, when
he might coach himself, self-coached, self-taught.
Thing is, the mixed doubles, it was Patty he was with, wasn't it?
Yes.
40-30.
They lost that mixed doubles to Barona and Iglesias, but it was a really good game, of course. I mean, Patty, I'm astounded at how many games, sets, matches she has played over these 3 days, still going strong.
Just going long. One game all.
Well, nobody's left at the benches. I know there's lots of sightseeing you can do in this wonderful city, but they're here watching the best paddle you can see right now anywhere in the world. The Pro Paddle League, the Cities Cup here in Brooklyn, New York.
Great shot from Vasquez right down to Rubio's feet. Tried to just dink it over, but impossible to control. Oh. It's that between his legs, and well played though from Mourinho.
Brought back by Mourinho.
30 love.
In this matchup between these two clubs, it was very difficult to choose or opt for one or the other because we knew that both games would be tight. The first game was 2 sets, but still went the full distance in both sets. And here, I'm slightly surprised by that 6-1 scoreline from the first set, but it doesn't mean the second set will have the same scoreline.
We've seen that in so many matches already here in the Pro Paddle League.
Just like in tennis, when some matches go to 5 sets, Grand Slams, and you see players losing 2 sets, 6-1, 6-2, and then they turn things around 7-6, 7-6, 7-5. So, a team that wins more games can still end up losing the match. We've seen teams won more points have ended up losing the match.
And that just highlights the importance of winning the big points. No prisoners with that one.
We were talking about break points as well. In the previous game, Martito Ortega, struggling to get to those golden points. They'd lost service games to love, and then the first opportunity they got, when they got to Juice and the golden point, they won it.
Yep.
Oh,
great reactions.
Really well. No, that was red.
Really good recovery there from Vasquez.
Oh, that was wild from the Canary Islander.
So 2 games to 1 as we have our next little break. Game's going with serve in this second set between Inigo Rubio, Gonzalo Rubio and Inigo Joffre, and Guga Vázquez and Federico Mourinho. First set going to Rubio and Joffre, however, 6-1. It's Gonzalo Rubio serving.
With serve in this second set.
Followed it round, but didn't get it over the net. 15-love.
Quick little conversation there. Rubio and Joffre, they were chatting non-stop over by the team bench during that break.
To remind you, scheduled at 4 p.m. East Coast time, we have the Toronto Polar Bears against the Flow Rider Goats, which will determine who finishes top of their group. We'll have a bearing on tomorrow's semi-finals. 30-15, a bit long there from Gonzalo Rubio, and after the Polar Bears Flow Rider Goats, it'll be New York Atlantics against Miami Padel Club, scheduled at 7 p.m.
We know the teams through in the white group and gold group through to those semi-final. Not who finishes top or second in their group or the matchup yet. We'll find out last thing later tonight. New York Atlantics, Miami Padel Club, Flow Rider Goats and Toronto Polar Bears. As for the two teams in action here right now, Arkansas Matrix will finish third in the gold group.
If it carries on like this, they will. 2-all and a change of balls. Not sure what Joffrey's saying there. It'll be Federico Mourinho to serve. So far, every game in this second set going with the serve as well.
But I think we've seen more breaks at this Pro Padel League event than any other event during the year. And I think that's actually good for the sport, to be honest. Because, you know, when you always know, or, you know, that the higher seeded players are going to win their service games, there are no surprises, very few. But here we're not seeing that because of the mix.
Well, sometimes we're looking at it and think, who's the favourite here?
Yeah, it's very difficult, and that makes it so good. You know, this unique tournament, there's nothing like it anywhere in the world, with these franchises in 10 different cities. 8 teams, of course, making this final event in New York. The inaugural PPL season saw the Las Vegas Smash beat Cancun Waves in the final to lift the title. This year, they won't be there. There'll be a new name on that trophy, but this second Pro Padel League season has been even better than the first.
Well played, Vázquez again, 30-15. Thing is as well, people are getting more and more used to the format as well.
I think the players, we've seen the players, we've heard from the players. They're also enjoying being here. You know, we've seen so many tournaments, Paul, and you don't see players smile, laugh and banter as much in other tournaments during, you know, the yearly ranking.
Sorry, what a shot there from Fede Mourinho. We've seen him make some mistakes, but we've also seen him pull off some absolute crackers.
When he hits a winner, it's really good.
3-2.
Our players back out with serve in this second set. It will be the turn of the player from the wonderful island of Tenerife. They're in the Canary Islands, of course, part of Spain. Mr. Joffre. That was not a normal Rubio shot. Surprised that he made that mistake, but even the best of players can make simple errors.
Got airborne though. It's 15-all. I think even if it had touched the ball, he hits the net.
Those nets made of stern stuff.
Good call from Rubio. You hear him go, no, 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 no.
Just quickly, I know we've talked about the playing surface and the glass walls, the lighting, the balls, but we haven't talked about the net. Also the best net I've seen, because you look at the top of the net, and despite the number of balls that hit it, on some nets you start seeing nets cave in.
Little sags.
Yeah, and here the net is as if they just put it on right now. No creases, no sags, perfect condition.
Really effective game served out there by Inigo Joffre. So again, doesn't give Vasquez and Mourinho much time to relax or to prepare for their next service game. So once again, it's back under the cosh.
The feeling I've got is, when will Rubio and Joffre break their opponents?
Well done, Guga Vasquez. 15-love. It's that feeling, isn't it, that
they're winning their games now. I wouldn't say easily, but to 15-love. And the service games of Vasquez and Mourinho are taking slightly longer. It's costing them more. They are still winning them with serve, but if I had to put money on somebody, it would be that man and Rubio.
Ooh.
No, no, no. Oh, thank God.
Goodness gracious, he was pretty close to. I think everyone goes to have a little check. We've already seen that he's quite willing to put himself on the line, Gonzalo Rubio. Woof.
Oh, he banged his head, didn't he? Match point, mixed doubles, went flying into the glass wall. And there, lucky escape.
Second serve for Guga Vasquez. He changed his mind there, Inigo Joffre.
Oh, excellent. Well, you were saying, weren't you? Even Rubio was applauding Mourinho. When he hits good shots, they're brilliant.
Whoa, just in. But once again, it's a question of inches. But if it's in, it's in. And if it's out, it's out. Can't argue with that logic, really. Nicely angled shot from Inigo Joffre.
Oh, I thought that for a second.
I thought it was all tangled up in his feet.
Yeah, I thought it came up. I thought it might have come off his foot. It didn't, obviously, because if there's a touch, then you lose the point.
Don't worry, I thought the same thing. Gonzalo Rubio to serve. He and Inigo Joffrey trail 4-3 in the second set, but they were set to love to the good. Everything going with serve so far in this second set against Federico Mourinho and Guga Vázquez.
Able to get there in time there. Mourinho. When you look at the rest of the men's doubles games we've seen, I think this is the one with the least number of smash winners. I think we've seen two por four, the ones who go over the back fence. One was a backhand, Rubio, the other a forehand smash.
It's surprising because it's Gonzalo Rubio who is normally such a good smasher, but I think it's because they haven't fallen into the trap of feeding him either.
Yeah, that's it, tactics. Paul, I think you hit the nail on the head. You've got two players who aren't it's more chip and charge, lots of ground shots. They're very careful with the lobs they put up.
15-all.
There, another ground shot. There's a lob, but he's deep, not going to smash it. It's a bajada. Still waiting for a lob. They won the point, but no smash.
Yeah.
So obviously the tactics are, having watched these two players in action, lobs to a minimum. Whereas some games are just lob, counter lob, counter lob.
Just gone a bit long there from Federico Mourinho, 40-15. Good angled shot. Now, once again, it hits that, and you're basically sold down the river.
4-4. We were talking earlier about there is a coin toss at the start of a match. You can choose whether, if you win the coin toss, to receive or to serve. And Chingoto, we saw, opted to receive. That was in the first set. And it's a strange one because, like in a penalty shootout, you would take the first penalty. So here's a 4-4, not because it's the first set, but second set. But if Mourinho and Vázquez win, there'll be so much more pressure on Rubio and Joffrey because they're serving to stay in the game.
And they'll have to do that twice. Vázquez and Mourinho actually won the toss and opted to receive in the first set.
Didn't work for them in the first set.
Oh, very good.
Very well
good.
disguised.
That first point of that game was almost as if both pairs know how important this game is.
When you start, I wouldn't say anxiety, but pressure, suddenly the racket starts getting heavier. It's like when you play basketball, when everything, you're shooting, you're hitting all your shots. It's almost as if it gets bigger, and if you start missing your shot, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But for these players now, the racket's becoming heavier and heavier.
Well played, Inigo Joffrey just had the slightest of gaps to put it through. (30-15). Suddenly it weighs a ton, 30-all. Oh. Big shot there from Mourinho because it was a real pressure point. 40-30.
I don't think I've seen a single match involving Rubio where he doesn't end up on his backside at least once.
It's gone long.
Not because he trips and he's clumsy, because he just throws himself left, right and centre, try and keep rallies alive.
Really good return.
Massive point, massive point. Rubio wants it. It's always, there's an unwritten rule. The higher ranked player can choose if they want to receive, or should it go to the other player. I suppose you're taking pressure off the lower ranked player.
Yeah. Although I don't think the ranking here is a big factor. And that is the, vital break.
Okay. Serving for the set and match, Paul.
It is indeed Inigo Joffre getting that break in that last game.
Well, they just dink it down at the net because it's not an attacking shot. What it does do is that your opponent can't hit an attacking shot. It's really clever. There's little dinks one side and another.
Just completed an hour. 30 love, bit of frustration there for Mourinho.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing he could do with that.
It was a well-hit shot. He was looking for that. It was intended there by Rubio.
Hooks it around, but hooks it onto his own side of the net.
Though his opponent was ready. He was ready. He'd read the intentions of Joffre. Brilliant. Bring back. Big kick smash by the Tenerife-born player, and now, Paul, could be game over.
Three match points. Well, there's one of them well defended there.
Teammates. Well, Martinez expectant. This could be their first full 3 points from a series. They have 1 point, would improve to 4. Got the call.
Smart play there.
Oh, what a winner. What a way to close out the set, Paul.
Great setup from Joffre, and absolutely flat batted or flat racketed there by Gonzalo Rubio. So he and Inigo Joffre win the men's doubles. 6-1, 6-4 in 1 hour and 2 minutes. That means all 3 points go to the Arkansas Matrix.
6-4, 6-4 earlier. Yaguno and Martinez straight set win for the women's doubles. In the men's doubles, they also follow suit with another straight set win, 6-1, 6-4. So 3 points added to their 1 point. They improved to 4 points. They will finish third, but still a highlight, a good ending for this team from Arkansas. And as for, well, the losers here in this game, Las Vegas Smash, they are heading home. And now I think we've got time for the best smash of the match, brought to us by Adidas.
And it is Inigo Joffre.
The way he lets fly, just winds up. The racket goes back in. Watch the acceleration here as he hits the ball. Both players knew it was going, but they could do nothing. Celebration's over. It means a lot to these players. I mean, I'm sure they can go out now and celebrate after this win. The players will no doubt stick around also to watch some of the matches later on today. Of course, also on Friday, and of course the final on Saturday. And you also stay with us. Now, there is going to be a bit of a break because we've got about 40 minutes just over until the next match starts here at the Dougal Greenhouse in Brooklyn.
Well, exactly. We've just got our man Julian ready. He's going to talk to Inigo Joffre and Gonzalo Rubio.
Ladies and gentlemen, incredible performance by the Arkansas Matrix, clinching out one incredible victory. Inigo, please tell us what was the secret recipe for that winning match.
Well, first of all, congrats to Gonzalo, all my team. I think that we are more than a team. I'm very, very happy to stay here in New York playing Padel, my job, and it's amazing to stay here. And congrats PPL, all the group, all the team, and that's it.
Gonzalo, tell me, how did you feel on the court, and how is New York City treating you so far?
Yes, we have enjoyed yesterday the city. It's wonderful. I hope to come back. I want to congratulate my team because we have done everything to get the access to the semifinals. Despite we couldn't get the semifinal, I'm so proud for the effort during the 4 weeks and the final. Everyone inside, outside the court, and this is the most important for me, the real team and the effort. So I want to congratulate. I repeat a lot, but I know that my friend Charlie, our friend, is watching now. We want to send the effort and hope to the next year is gonna be with us.
Let's send a message to Charlie. Charlie, I know you're watching us. Stay strong. We're here for you. Let's push it all the way through health, okay? Thank you, everyone, and congratulations, the Arkansas the Matrix. Well done. Let's give a hand of applause, Fritz.
Just in case you don't know, he was talking about Charlie Moon, the paddle player who is once again battling leukemia. And from here, we also, on the commentary side, I'm sure everybody involved sends him a big hug. Our best wishes. Stay strong and keep on fighting.
Oh, lovely gesture from the players. Also there, they were celebrating, probably toasting that victory too. Charlie, speedy recovery. Hopefully see you back on the circuit next season. You'll win your third battle. We're confident of that. And here we see the players now celebrating on the court. They're going to pose with the owners, with the sponsors for the family photo, as we see the highlights of what was an excellent match. And again, you know, I thought that Mourinho has lots of talent. Bath, as you can see, he was an excellent player. Still has some of the shots, maybe not quite the legs. Entertaining game. So 6-4, 6-4, the women's. 6-1, 6-4, the men's in just over an hour. And, well, we've got a short break, Paul. And then do join us for more from the Dougal Greenhouse, the Pro Padel League, the Cities Cup.
As Eric says, we'll be back in about 40 minutes. The 4 teams who will all play the semi-finals. Who will play who? We'll discover.